people holding Bobby Witt because I don't really care who's stuck with the Bobby Witt bag. But just for the sake of baseball, I want to see Bobby Witt play better. I know he has of late. The issue is his OBP is like 295. That's like the same as last year, and that's a WAR killer.
Everybody knows WAR. Yeah. What it is a good for.
And unfortunately, WAR, I started to talk about it probably like 3-4 years ago, and it's just become more and more adopted. And I know you're like in a camp where, yeah, like those advanced stats matter, but also the eye test matters. But he's a guy that, like, if anybody was to make like the Mike Trout leap, he'd be on a short list of like 5 names to do that. Now,
You think he's capable?
I don't know.
I have to admit, I have not watched a lot of Kansas City Royals baseball, or highlights for that matter. But from the minor league write-ups and everything that I saw, I didn't buy any.
Yeah. There's always a chance, right? Even if it's 1 in 2,000 that he could make that leap, but he's far away.
Baseball's so freaking hard, man. Like, it's amazing when guys come up at 20, 21, 22 and they have any success. It's just, I can't even imagine. Everybody throws, I mean, a kid in the 80s, it's like, there's no Jamie Moyer anymore, like the soft tossing lefty that, you can double hitch. Everything is spin and just gas.
Nice velocity.
Sounded like it. Let's go back to another buy, sell, hold. We'll go your favorite, poster boy for the channel, Juan Soto, Mookie Betts, Fernando Tatis.
Ladies and gentlemen, a tap dance.
So I want to preface this by saying that there's other factors at play right now. Higher interest rate, more alternatives to spend money on stuff. So like Mookie Betts, I was having a conversation with a few fellows. I'm in this Instagram chat, and it's not that I don't think that he's undervalued, and I don't think that he's really good, and I don't think that he's the closest thing to Mike Trout that we have. It's that, like, what's the impetus for its cards to go up? And it might take that guarantee. There might not be a guarantee unless he wins National League MVP, which may happen, might not. It might require Acuna to get hurt to slow down. So personally, I'd rather put that money in, like, a high yield savings account, just because I don't know what it's going to take for him to separate himself in the hobby as like somebody who's closer to Mike Trout than Bryce Harper and Machado and Arenado. Like, I get his WAR's higher, I get his accolades are higher, his peak was better,
and he's playing shortstop and second base now.
Yeah, big market. He's a nice guy. I was a little leery heading into this year because I thought, like, small guy, his skills wouldn't age as well because he's athletic and he's
odd year too.
Yeah, he's odd year and he's performing. Usually it's even years. So I thought, which means that he's going to be great next year. So you want to be buying him this year for next year. I just worried about him versus some other players that weren't as athletic in their 30s, like a Freddy Freeman type. And I thought that would hurt Betts' ability to play at like peak levels, walk to strikeout ratio trending in the wrong direction, but he's continuing to put up numbers, and he's awesome.
Thank you, guys.
So with Betts, it would be like slight buy maybe at this point because his prices probably haven't gone up. They're flat like over the last 12 months. I
Not
just
much.
Picked up some packs of Betts actually to feature in my little rookie card explosion box 2014 Bowman Jumbo, and I'm sitting on quite a bit more too. So Betts could be a buy, although I'm also looking
Slight
for
buy.
alternative slight buy. I'm saying slight everything. With Juan Soto,
You're hedging a lot tonight.
with Juan Soto, yeah, I am. With Juan Soto, I have a few big cards of him. I'm selling some smaller stuff, just because I think that his stuff will only continue to go down into November, December, January. So I'm hoping to maybe buy back in a little bit in the off season. So I guess technically I'm a sell on him, but I plan to be buying pretty soon. I just don't think that he can do anything to turn around a season. With baseball and probably other sports, the first month of the season matters the most. That's when it's like, okay, leaderboards for these stats are like, these players versus like this person put up a great August. Nobody cares about the August standings. People care about the season standings, right? The statistical leaderboards and all that stuff. So Soto might bring his average back to 280. That would be cool. He might get his WAR up to, I don't know, 6.5. That would be cool. He's not going to win an MVP. He's just not going to do enough to take attention away from other players. There's too many distractions this year between Ellie, Corbin Carroll, what Acuna's doing, of course Ohtani. I just don't think that Soto will get much attention. I think his prices will continue to either stay flat or go down till deep into the offseason or halfway through the offseason into like late November, December, probably January. Then you might see them come back up a little bit. So slight sell on Soto, although I'm almost ready to buy and I'm not selling the good stuff. And I still have some long-term faith in Soto. The issue with Soto too, and I've talked about this before, is like when he turns it back on, what I think about is like, when's he going to turn it back off? He's just such an inconsistent player at this point. He can't be doing that. Like if he's going to be the next player, comps used to be, first it was Barry Bonds, then it was Ted Williams, then it was Griffey. Now what is it, Joey Votto? Like he can't take 2 months off or 4 months off. I don't care what you are. Like you're a one-dimensional player. The only reason why your WAR is good is because of your on-base percentage. Your legs aren't helping you. Your defense isn't helping you. The power's not helping you. Like WAR, if you look at it,
and walks aren't sexy.
Yeah,
they're really valuable in the game, but they're not sexy.
Exactly. Yeah. So 36%, if you look at like how much a walk helps your WAR, it's like 36%, or maybe it's a single that's 30. It's close to 36% is valuable as a home run. So you think like, why isn't it just 25%? It's only one base versus 4. It's worth 36% of a home run because it's 36% likely to lead to a run being scored. So that's how they come up with that number, because somebody might knock you in even though you didn't hit yourself in. So that's why like you see these guys putting up like triples, home runs, but they don't have the OBP. Guy like Bo Bichette, he's hurt because he's got like career 5% walk rate, and it's probably not better this year.
He likes to swing it.
Right. And who is the other player?
Tatis.
So there's a clear ceiling with his stuff right now. I mean, if you're talking like fantasy baseball, like dynasty leagues, like he's like a top 3 player. So like the performance is there. Is he going to stay healthy? And then the long-term ceiling, or short-term ceiling, whatever it is, there's a ceiling right now and a stuff, a cap, because of the steroid thing. It's not just the injury thing. It's not just making stupid decisions. It's the steroid thing. People are kind of wishy-washy on that, and just not.
Can I ask you a question though? The crazy thing is though, he still has the 3rd highest selling jersey. So maybe I know the card community is only a small percentage of overall Major League Baseball fans, but I think a lot of the younger people are more like me and they just don't care.
Well, what about the All-Star votes? Did he not get as many as last year? Like he didn't get in, right?
He did not get in. Well, no, he didn't get in the All-Star vote, but he should have been with performance. But because of the wonky thing where every team has to have one, so you have some no-name reliever from the Rockies.
Okay.
It's why nobody watches the All-Star game. Like, you want to see... You don't care about stats. You want to see Ellie De La Cruz, Corbin Carroll, Tatis. You want to see all the exciting guys. No, I just thought it was interesting. He's got like it's Acuna, Ohtani, and then Tatis. So I think maybe the baseball card community is, filled with a lot of
get off my lawn
but I think the younger baseball fans don't seem to care quite as much.
I actually, a guy in a Instagram chat I'm in, it's a Soto chat. He said that his son, I don't know how old he is, 5, 10, switched from Juan Soto being his favorite player to Acuna. His reasoning was Juan Soto's boring. So back to your point of walking.
Yep. Which from a winning baseball games, really important. And I think I would feel differently about Soto if he was even neutral on defense. But you watch him out there, and it's a little rough. Yeah. It's a little sloppy. So it's this weird disconnect of you have this Ted Williams or Barry Bonds type savant at the plate, but then it's a little bit like Yordan Alvarez, right? Because of the injuries and the physical limitations, they're unbelievable hitters, and it's great to watch them in the box, but it's almost like you want to tag Ellie De La Cruz to then run for you, right? Like substitute him in so it brings it. It's fascinating that they're so wonderful and supernatural at this one skill, but then the rest of the game. And that's why I have a tendency to go more for like the Mookie Betts and Tatises of the world, because they do have that kind of well-rounded. And I mean, Ellie is, I've only caught him a couple times, but you know, can't take your eyes off the guy when he's on the baseball field. All right, so what was your final on Tatis? I know you said ceiling.
Geez, all these guys, it's just so tough. You know, I'm not doing as much of the buying and selling.
What?